Coverdale Bible, the first book of Moses, called Genesis. What this book containeth, chapter 18. 3 men appear unto Abraham, to whom the destruction of Sodom is declared. The 18th chapter. And the Lord appeared unto him in the oak grove of Mamre, as he sat in his tent door in the heat of the day. And as he lifted up his eyes and looked, behold, there stood 3 men over against him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from his tent door, and bowed himself down upon the ground, and said, Lord, if I have found favor in thy sight, go not by thy servant. There shall be brought you a little water, and ye shall wash your feet, and rest yourselves under the tree. And I will fet you a morsel of bread, to comfort your hearts withal. And then shall ye go your ways, for therefore are ye come to your servant. They said, Do even so as thou hast spoken. Abraham went a pace into the tent to Sarah, and said, Make haste, and mingle 3 pecks of fine meal, knead it, and bake cakes. And he ran to the beasts, and fed a calf that was tender and good, and gave it unto a young man, which made it ready at once. And he took butter and milk, and of the calf that he had prepared, and set it before them, stood himself by them under the tree, and they ate. Then said they unto him, Where is Sarah thy wife? He answered, Within in the tent. Then said he, About this time 12 months, if I live, I will come to thee again, and Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard that out of the tent door, which was behind his back. And Abraham and Sarah were both old, and well stricken in age, so that it went no more with Sarah after the manner of woman. Therefore laughed she within herself, and said, Now that I am old, and my Lord old also, shall I yet give myself to lust? Then said the Lord unto Abraham, Wherefore doth Sarah laugh, and say, Is this true indeed, that I shall bear, and yet am old? Should any such thing be too hard for the Lord? About this time, if I live, I will come to thee again, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied it, and said, I laughed not, for she was afraid. But he said, It is not so, thou didst laugh. Then the men stood up from thence, and turned them toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them, to bring them on their way. Then said the Lord, How can I hide from Abraham the thing that I will do, seeing he shall be a great and mighty people, and all the people upon earth shall be blessed in him? For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord, and to do after right and conscience, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham what he hath promised him. And the Lord said, There is a cry at Sodom and Gomorrah, which is great, and their sins are exceeding grievous. Therefore will I go down and see whether they have done altogether according to that cry which is come before me, or not, that I may know. And the men turned their face and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood still before the Lord, and stepped unto him, and said, Wilt thou then destroy the righteous with the ungodly? Peradventure there may be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou destroy those, and not spare the place for 50 righteous' sake that are therein? That be far from thee, that thou shouldest do this, and so slay the righteous with the ungodly, and that the righteous should be as the ungodly. That be far from thee. Should not the judge of all the world do according to right? And the Lord said, If I find 50 righteous at Sodom in the city, I will spare all the place for their sakes. Abraham answered and said, O see, I have taken upon me to speak unto the Lord. Howbeit, I am but dust and ashes. Peradventure there may be 5 less than 50 righteous therein. Wilt thou then destroy the whole city because of those 5? He said, If I find 45 therein, I will not destroy them. And he proceeded further to speak unto him, and said, Peradventure there might be 40 found therein. And he said, I will do nothing unto them for those 40's sake. Abraham said, O, let not my Lord be angry, that I speak yet more. Peradventure there might be 30 found therein. And he said, If I find 30 therein, I will do nothing unto them. And he said, O see, I have taken upon me to speak unto my Lord. Peradventure there might be 20 found therein. He answered, I will not destroy them for those 20's sake. And said, O, let not my Lord be angry, that I speak yet once more. Peradventure there might be 10 found therein. He said, I will not destroy them for those 10's sake. And the Lord went his way, when he had left talking with Abraham, and Abraham returned unto his place.